Isaiah recognized the stark disparity between wealth and poverty, observing how some individuals thrived in riches while others languished in destitution. This social injustice profoundly disturbed him. Meanwhile, the rise of Assyria emerged as a significant threat to Judah, instilling anxiety among its people who sought security through alliances. Isaiah stressed the importance of placing trust in God instead of relying on foreign powers. Isaiah's transformative vision of God within the temple marked the initiation of his prophetic mission. This divine encounter underscored his sense of unworthiness and the crucial need for purification before undertaking God's service. He faced the daunting task of conveying a challenging message to an audience that would hear yet fail to understand, demanding immense courage and perseverance. This struggle became a pivotal aspect of his prophetic journey. God assured Isaiah that, despite the looming judgment, a faithful remnant would endure, serving as a beacon of hope and future restoration. This reassuring message proved vital amidst the call for repentance. During his ministry, Isaiah confronted the issues of idolatry and social injustice, urging the people to worship the true God while treating the vulnerable with fairness and compassion. Isaiah's call for justice entailed defending the oppressed and caring for orphans and widows, emphasizing that genuine worship is reflected in our treatment of others. This principle was essential in illustrating authentic faith. The parable of the vineyard served as a poignant metaphor, illustrating God's expectations from his people and the repercussions of their unfaithfulness. This imagery reinforced the message of accountability. Additionally, Isaiah provided comfort and counsel to King Ahaz during a crisis, encouraging him to trust in God rather than yield to fear. His prophetic messages encompassed both warnings and hope. Hezekiah's illness and subsequent prayer exemplified the significance of faith in desperate times. His earnest plea to God resulted in a notable divine response. The miraculous sign of the sun's shadow retreating illustrated God's dominion over nature, delivering a compelling reassurance of his promises to Hezekiah. Isaiah's warnings against forging alliances with Egypt accentuated the necessity of reliance on God over human strategies. This reliance on divine guidance remained a recurring theme throughout their challenges. Isaiah's prophecies foretold devastation and sorrow for nations such as Moab, Damascus, and Tyre, highlighting God's sovereignty over all nations. These messages underscored the consequences of their actions and accountability to the divine. The day of the Lord signifies a future judgment when God will humble the proud and restore justice. This day serves as both a warning for the unrepentant and a promise of hope for those who trust in God. Isaiah's visions encompass a future characterized by peace and unity, depicted through harmonious relationships among animals. This imagery conveys a hopeful expectation of a world devoid of violence and fear. He envisions a new Jerusalem where God will usher in joy and eradicate pain, portraying a hopeful future for those who suffer. This vision serves as encouragement for individuals grappling with hardship. The gentle imagery of God as a shepherd in Isaiah's messages underscores his nurturing care, particularly for those enduring trials and tribulations. This comforting portrayal provides solace to the afflicted. Isaiah emphasizes God's steadfast presence, assuring his people that they will not face their darkest moments alone. This message reinforces their trust in his protective embrace. Moreover, Isaiah envisions a new heaven and earth where past struggles are forgotten, showcasing God's promise of eternal joy and renewal for his faithful followers. In a compelling call to action, Isaiah urges God's people to shine as a light amid darkness, signifying a divine hope and the promise of God's glory shining upon them in trying times. He projects a world transformed into peace, where nations cease their warfare, representing God's desire for harmony and cooperation among all people. The name of Isaiah's son, Shir Jashub, symbolizes God's assurance that a faithful remnant will always return, serving as a reminder of hope during times of judgment. Isaiah's symbolic actions, such as walking barefoot, exemplify his obedience and commitment to delivering God's messages, despite facing humiliation and adversity. His final prophecies paint a picture of a glorious future, including the promise of new heavens and a new earth, igniting hope for restoration among God's people during challenging times. Isaiah's teachings on faith, courage, and perseverance underscore the significance of trusting God's plan even amidst adversity and derision. His unwavering dedication serves as a potent example for us all. The prophecies regarding the Messiah and the restoration of Israel illustrate God's continuous work through history, reminding believers of his enduring love and purpose for humanity. These insights remain relevant to our lives today. Ultimately, Isaiah envisions a future of peace and justice, motivating us to actively pursue these ideals in our communities. His messages challenge us to live with integrity and to seek justice passionately,